This fifth wheel right here is not only a great layout, but it provides some of the best views you can probably get in a fifth wheel. Granted, we're in a show environment, so it's just all blackout shades. But I mean, take a look at this entire wall, right? Like from here, the back window, the side window, this entire slide, everything here is just massive windows. Like that's great. Not only gonna be able to enjoy the views, but it's gonna let in so much light during the day. And it's already a pretty bright coach. It's going to be nice and bright. It's going to feel so open. And it's a rear living layout, so it already feels open, right? You have dual opposing slides back here, which allow for a kitchen island. Nice bright white countertop on here too. It's a true solid surface, which is fantastic. Undermount stainless steel bowl, and it's big, it's deep, it's wide. They did a really good job on the sink here. High-rise pull-out faucet, a little bit of prep space over to the side. You have a little space here, nothing super usable, but I think they tried to shift it almost as far as they could and be able to still provide good space here. But you do get the countertop extension, which is really nice. So even though you don't have the space here, you have a little bit extra so that, you kind of get that. So again, excellent work. Right underneath, you can see that you have space for a trash can. You also have the sink top covers in there. And those are going to be solid surface. They're going to match the same thing here. So you can put them in and be able to utilize a little bit more prep space. Really often with a sink like this, I'll put one side in, still have the sink open on the other, but again, be able to utilize the prep space on one side. Bank of drawers all right here as well. So you have some great additional storage. And then kind of rounding out the kitchen across the way, again, still solid surface on this side, 3-burner cooktop with an oven and additional storage drawer right down underneath there. You will see you have storage on both sides, dual outlets. The one side is inverted, knife block with a spot to hang some utensils. Yeah, I think they would fit there. You also have storage all the way up and around the microwave. Something that I do like, you get a GE microwave right here, which I personally like. And along with that, you also get the GE refrigerator. Let me undo the travel lock here. That just unscrews, then it allows the doors to open. But opening that up, you can see, a residential refrigerator, folks, you have so much space in here. You have crisper drawers. Of course, you have this storage in the doors themselves, and you have a massive freezer right down underneath. So you just have a ton of cold storage all throughout. Then you have some dry storage right over here, right? You have nice big pantry. You can see that. You can see the motion sensor light there too. Plus you get this open storage up top, which is kind of cool. It looks really nice. If you have a collection of something, maybe a good spot to put up there. It's nice and tall. So if you have some tall bottles, maybe a good spot for them. You can see some additional storage here as well. And then you have this one. I kind of like this because it has an electrical outlet. Personally, this is where I'm putting my cell phone to charge, right? It's out of the way, kind of declutters. I think that's a great use of space right there. Then down underneath, again, countertop with another electrical outlet. So good spot for like a smaller coffee maker. Probably can't fit like a Breville espresso machine or anything, but small coffee maker you can probably do. Get some K-cups, something like that. Then some additional storage there right underneath. Now, as far as the kind of seating and living space, right? We talked about the big windows here in the super slide. We also see that you have a dinette. Now, this does drop down into a bed for a little bit of additional sleeping, but I really like the underlighting. I think it's nice and classy. I like they went with a clean white rather than like a blue light like a lot of manufacturers do. It's just so much cleaner and helps kind of elevate this space. Of course, the best seat in the house is going to be that theater seating, and that is powered so that you can kick your feet up nice and easy. USB port there, and as you'd expect, that is directly across from the entertainment center. We'll take a peek at that in just a moment. Along the back is going to be a trifold sofa. This does fold out into a bed if you have guests that want to stay the night. You also on both sides have end tables, USB ports as well, plus 110 outlets so you can plug anything in. More storage across the back here. And then we have the entertainment center, as I promised. So 50-inch TV. And as I said, right across from that theater seating, you do get pretty darn good storage up top there. Also the JBL sound system, you have the speakers right next to it. Big fireplace down there as well, which not only looks really nice, but it is a 5,000 BTU electric space heater. Again, just to kind of help heat this space up. Speaking of heating, we also need to be able to cool. And if you take a look up top, we have a few things to do that. You have a ceiling fan right here, which will help obviously move the air. You also have two ACs, one here, one up front. We'll see it a little bit. One of the things I really like about this one, not only is it the Blade AC system, but it's the Blade Pure. Kind of tough to see, but that uses residential filters. So that's one of those maintenance pieces that a lot of people just miss is replacing those filters. And so with this, it's nice and easy to do, and you know you're getting good filtration on that. You'll also see that you have a max air fan right here with a rain sensor. So, again, if you talk about moving some air, open a window or two, turn that thing on, you will really feel the air move. It's also great for getting smells out of the kitchen. Then right on top of the kitchen island, we have a really nice light fixture. So again, great living area, excellent kitchen, but it has to, the front half of the coach has to work as well. And I think they did a pretty darn good job. I think you'll agree with me. Kind of walking up the steps, you'll see that it's nice and open. Right here is going to be a central vac. So, obviously we don't have any carpet in here. The central vac makes it nice and easy to clean up. You also have a courtesy light on the steps, as well as your grab handle here. So that way, if anyone is sleeping out on that sofa and need to come up and use the bathroom, they not only have the handle, but they have the light there as well to make sure they don't trip. Now, as we step over into the side, we kind of come into the bathroom. And as you can see, this is going to be a dual entrance, right? One from the main living area, one from the bedroom. We can also get to the bedroom from this main hall. Something I think they did very well is they give you a big vanity top, especially kind of in like the corner vanity like this. They shifted everything over to the side. They kind of put the faucet on an angle. I think this was actually pretty smart design to give you more countertop space. Electrical outlet, mirrored medicine cabinet as you'd expect, and pretty darn good storage underneath, including enough space for a bathroom trash, which I really, really like. Now, behind the door is going to be the toilet. That is porcelain as you'd expect, so it's easy to clean. You have additional storage up above that. Perfect spot for toilet paper. And then this one has a neo-angle shower. Now, what I do like about this neo-angle shower is the fact that it's one piece. I think that's fantastic. Less chance for any kind of leaks like at the base or anything like that. You'll see it has the hand wand. I'll stand in here just to give you an idea of height. At 6 foot tall, while yes, I do have to duck underneath this, I have so much space thanks to this skylight that it's not even an issue. You could be 6'4" and somebody will stand straight up in here. You just got to duck to make sure you don't hit your head there. Now, something else that I really like is this. So this is part of the slide out, right? The slide out goes from here into the bedrooms. It's a slide out bed, which we'll see in a little bit. But by doing that, you get all this additional storage right here in the bathroom, which is wonderful. You'll also see this is where your washer and dryer prep is, so that you can have washer dryer in the bathroom. What does that do for you? Well, that means you get to keep all the wardrobe storage in the bedroom, which if you step on in, you can see is going to be right up here, right? Instead of having washer dryer in the nose, they have it there. So now you have big wardrobe space on the side. You get all this space right here underneath, including big drawers. So I think it did a pretty good job. Plus, it allowed you to have this front windshield. So nice big windshield right here. This should actually stay in the track system just like that. Someone let it out, but that way it just kind of stays in the tracks. A lot easier to raise and lower. You can also see USB ports as well as electrical outlets. As I promised, the second AC is going to be located right here. Now, if we take a look at the bed itself, you'll see, as I mentioned, that bed is in a slide out. You have storage underneath, as you'd expect. I'll lift that up, kind of show you, right? Strut supported, nice and easy to access. You have your everything there for your central vac. You can also see that you have shelves right by the bed so that you have a place to put your cell phones, electrical outlets there too, so you're able to plug those in. Last thing I do want to touch on is going to be right here at the foot of the bed. You have a dresser as well as a window there. And if you want a TV, there are connections for it, so you can mount a TV here. All right, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the 2025 Keystone Montana High Country 295 RL, starting off right here on the front cap. So this is going to be a painted front cap. You can see the LED lights inlaid in there. And like most of your Keystone fifth wheels, this one will have hitch vision, which essentially is going to be a mirror, so to speak. So that way when you back up, it's easier to align your kingpin with your hitch, just giving you that visibility without necessarily needing a spotter. Speaking of kingpin, this one is the Road Armor Kingpin, which has a pivoting head on here. So that helps as you're starting and stopping your tow vehicle, helps eliminate some of that, what they call bucking and chucking. It's kind of that pulling sensation you get. So that is definitely going to give this a better all-over tow. As we kind of drop down underneath, I do always appreciate how clean Keystone is with all of their cable management. You can see them in this whole compartment right over here is nice and clean. And on the other side, we have a bunch of components from our battery box to our 12-volt distribution box. You can see the inverter in there, as well as some of our battery disconnects, including one for the solar. Tire pressure monitoring system prep is there, as is your solar controller. So all of that is going to be right there. And again, everything is nice and neat and organized. So in the event you have to troubleshoot, it is very easy to find. Kind of taking a look up top, we'll see this one has not one but two awnings, because you have another one that is built into the side of the slides. That way this entire side basically has awning coverage. JBL speakers on the outside as well here, so that way if you want to listen to music, you can. You'll have two 30-pound propane tanks. One will be located right here. The other one will be on the other side. Now, when we talk about garage storage, a couple things I want to point out. One is the fact that it has metal slam latch baggage door. I really like having the metal components because it makes a heavier door and it shuts and actually locks the way it should versus the plastic ones, which just don't work nearly as well. You'll also see that it has a magnetic catch on there on both sides. That stays up just like so. And of course, being Montana, you get huge garage storage. A big reason for that is because they utilize what's known as a drop frame, or I think they call it a Z frame. It's the same thing. Essentially what it is you have your main I-beam that runs through the fifth wheel, and then instead of having that run all the way forward, they instead weld this secondary one underneath. And what that does is it gives you, well, about this much storage space right here, which is huge. It still maintains structural integrity, which is fantastic. So you may ask, why don't all manufacturers do it? Well, it costs more money. So unless you're going to be, in the higher end fifth wheels, it doesn't make sense to do it. But on something like a Montana, it certainly does. And I always appreciate the extra storage. You'll see an electrical outlet here in case you need to plug anything in. You'll also see the MORryde step above steps. Pretty standard in the industry these days for a lot of things. They have aluminum treads. They're not going to rust. This first step is bigger as well. So you have a little bit larger landing pad when exiting the RV. Foldable grab handle, so you have more control when going in. Then you have the tempered glass door right here, which looks fantastic. It also is going to be tinted. There is a window up there. You can kind of see that right there, and it is prepped for a shade, so if you want to add that for a little privacy, you can. As far as the door itself, it does come with the Lippert screen assist, which is kind of nice. Just makes it a little bit easier to open that screen rather than having to flip the little handle. You have that whole bar you can utilize. Just a nice small little addition that comes with the RV. Dropping down, taking a look at the wheels and tires. So you have aluminum alloy wheels on there. The tires themselves are going to be two 35/80 16-inch tires, and those are going to be G-rated. So nice heavy-duty tires. That way, hopefully, will help prevent blowouts. Obviously, none of us want to experience that when going down the road. In the rare event that you do, there is a spare located underneath the RV as well. Plus, this one, of course, as I'm sure you would expect, has auto level. So one touch of a button, this coach levels itself out, which is wonderful. Here on the back, you will see a rear-mounted ladder. This is one of those things, folks, that is so rare these days. It used to be super commonplace, and anything that had a walkable roof would have a ladder. Now everyone's going to just ladder prep because it's cheaper, and they pass that cost on to you. I appreciate the fact that Montana comes with a ladder so you can climb up onto that fully walkable roof for maintenance. 250-pound weight capacity on there. Taking a look up top, you'll see this one has backup camera prep. It's not the biggest fifth wheel in the world, but it's still a pretty big RV, so it might not be a bad idea to get a backup camera. Having that prep makes it basically a DIY installation. It is super simple. Dropping right down underneath, this one does come with a tow hitch. So you can use that as an accessory receiver if you want, slide in like a bike rack, but you'll see that it does have the flat forward. So if you have like a boat trailer or something, you want to be able to tow behind this one, it can. You just want to make sure that it is legal in your state or the states you'll be traveling through or to. You'll also see that your 50-amp detachable power cord will be located right back here. And then as we make our way up front, we'll have a couple last things that I want to point out. One is going to be the fact that, Montana is built essentially to be a Four Seasons coach. And so as part of that, you can see that your valve bodies are going to be tucked away inside, so that way they are fully insulated. That is huge when you're talking about cold weather camping. You'll also see the tankless water heater right here. And then as I open up this side of our garage storage, you see your wet bay, your convenience center. Of course, you have the outside shower light in here as well. Everything you need for winterization will be there. And again, you have a couple more valve bodies that are going to be tucked away inside the RV. If you like what you've seen here and you're wondering how much it is or where you can pick one up, there will be a link in the description. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and until next time, we'll see you.